Hi, welcome to Two Doctors Homestead. My name's Daniel, and this is Prepper Pantry Pick of the Week. And every week, we've done about 70 of these now. Every week we take you shopping with us, pick out an item and talk about where it fits in your pantry. We talk about things like shelf life, nutritional information, really what you get in the package, what you get in the box, right? How many calories that is and what that would cost to live on per day, right? So we're not trying to encourage people to hoard large amounts of food. That's not really our intent. Certainly buy what you eat. I think my opinion is it's a good idea to have a little bit of extra food put away. You don't want to be in a situation where you don't have any food in the house, right? Where you're forced to go to the grocery store every week, and I know food's expensive, and we're going to get into that a little bit, how much the price of some of this stuff has gone up over the years. I was a little surprised when I looked at a few things. So certainly there is the inflationary side. It's probably cheaper today than it will be next week or in a couple weeks, couple months, right? We're not quite Venezuela or something like that where prices are going up every week, but prices do seem to be going up over time, right? And there's always the possibility of things like shortages and whatnot. But this time, today we're looking at macaroni and cheese. We're going to look at the nutritional information, what's in the box, how much you pay for that, things like shelf life and whatnot. When we talk about nutritional information, we use two numbers really when you're looking at the nutritional information on the back of the box. That's based on a 2,000 calorie diet. We also use the number 1,500 calories a day, which is considered the starvation level. You want to stay above the starvation level, right? And that's really going to depend on you, right? We're not telling you how many calories to eat. We're not telling you what to eat. For example, this has wheat, right? Has wheat in it. If you're allergic to wheat, don't eat wheat, right? Don't say, hey, we saw the video and this guy said to eat macaroni and cheese and I'm allergic to wheat, right? So don't do that. Eat what works for you. Know your body. Eat what works for your body. Eat the amount of calories you need to eat that you have available, right? So having gone through all that, we do want to talk about macaroni and cheese. We hit the Great Value, and I also bought the store brand. Hit the Great Value store brand, and we also brought the name brand. A lot of distractions right now. I'm not time focusing on this stuff. We bought the name brand too, and you find this is about twice the price versus the store brand, and there are some obvious differences and there's some differences that don't make a lot of sense, and it sort of makes me wonder how they're even calculating some of these nutritional information. It doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense on some of this, and we'll get into that. And I'm not talking about a conspiracy, I just wonder how they're doing the math here. So jumping in on the macaroni and cheese original, I did the math based on the store brand. This was 58 cents for the box. We will do some comparison to the name brand. According to the nutritional information, they have two categories. They have as packaged and as prepared. So there's 3 servings per container, 250 calories per serving as packaged, which means that's what's in the box is 250 calories per serving times 3 servings. You get 750 calories. As prepared is a higher number, but that implies that you're adding the margarine, butter, milk, and whatnot. And that the calories, the nutritional on that are going to vary depending on what products you put in there. So I'm not trying to account for that. They tried to account for that, and I want to kind of dig into that a little bit later on. So if you're trying to stay above the starvation level, that's 1,500 calories. That's the number we're using. You'd have to eat 2 boxes, right? So 2 boxes actually equals 1,500 calories, and at the store brand, that's $1.16. So you could live on $1.16 for 2 boxes. You could pump that up to 3 boxes, close to 3 boxes if you want to get above 2,000 calories. I'm not giving you necessarily advice on how much to eat. We're just saying in a survival situation, apocalypse, Shtf, if you just want to look at your pantry and see how many days worth of food you actually have there, 2 boxes to 3 boxes is a day's worth of food. And at 58 cents a box, it's not a bad deal, right? You eat 2 boxes a day, 3 boxes a day, you're under $2. So if you ate 2 boxes, right, 2 boxes of mac and cheese, and we're using once again the as packaged, I'm not trying to account for anything you might want to add to it. This would get you 1,500 calories. Total fat is 6 grams. So 6 grams of fat, which is 6% of the daily, because it's dry noodles, and then you've got sort of the cheese flavoring packet. To me, that's low fat. If you're living on this and all you're hitting is 6%, maybe 9%, if you had the 3 boxes, that's not a lot. You're not getting a lot of fat. I would say it's very low fat, and it has 0 cholesterol, so low fat and low cholesterol. Your total sodium is 3,180 milligrams, which is 138%. So 2 boxes get you 38%. If you had 3 boxes, it's going to be a much higher number. So you could say high salt, high sodium, right? Total sodium is pretty high there. It's not as bad as canned goods, but they're obviously putting a lot of salt in it, which helps with the shelf life, and people would say helps with the flavor. So your total carbs is 312 grams, which is 114%, because that's really what you're eating here is noodles, it's carbs, it's wheat. So it's not low carb, we'll say that. Just like it has 0 cholesterol, it's certainly low fat. It's not low sodium, it's not low carb. Total protein for 2 boxes is 48 grams. That's actually pretty good, right? That would be your sort of minimum daily. They don't have a percentage daily, and we mentioned that a lot. Some things don't give that percentage daily, though. The number seems to be between about 50 and 200 is the recommended protein. So 48 it's close, it's there, right? You're getting your protein. You also have things like calcium, iron, and potassium, and as we said, the main ingredient is wheat. So to do a quick comp between the two, so this was $1. Let's see, do I not have it? Well, shoot. Let me check the date here. The cost $1.24, so that was $1.24. This was 58 cents, so $1.24. 58 cents, so this was more than double the price. $1.16 would be double. Calories wise, as packaged, is both 250, so you're getting the same amount of calories at double the price. The name brand actually has twice as much fat. It has 5 milligrams of cholesterol, where this has 0 cholesterol, and it has more salt. So it's kind of interesting. More salt, more fat, more cholesterol, generally not things you're looking for. So in that sense, I would say it appears to be less healthy. I know flavor-wise there is a big difference. I've had both. I'm sure a lot of people had. I think this one probably tastes better, but in terms of price and even health-wise, this one sounds to be better. The store brand, the more generic brand. Now, what's interesting, and it makes me kind of wonder on where they get some of this nutritional information, is this one says 250 dry. 1 cup prepared is 350 calories. This 1 cup prepared is 420 calories, right? So when you add the butter and you add the milk, this has more calories than this, even though they start at the same amount of calories. And the weird thing on that, this tells you to add 4 tablespoons margarine or butter, and this one tells you to add 4 tablespoons margarine or butter. This tells you to add a 1/4 cup milk, and this tells you to add a 1/4 cup milk. So they're having you add the same amount of stuff, yet this has more calories after you prepare it. So to me, that doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't necessarily know where they're getting the numbers, and this just says milk, and this says skim milk. And skim milk, I looked it up, skim milk actually has fewer calories. So don't know where they're getting some of these numbers from that they put on the box, but some of that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So talk about best by date. Best by date on both of these is 1 year, right? That's what's on the package, is 1 year. Dry pasta, which is most of what this is, it's just dry pasta. You look online, people say 2 years, people say 3 years, people say longer. Dry pasta, as long as you keep it dry, store it properly, can last an exceedingly long time. So I think the only factor in the shelf life is that cheese packet, right? And I don't know, I couldn't really speak to how long that cheese packet's going to last, but in terms of just a box of dry pasta, you store it properly, could last a very long time. And as a side note that's sort of interesting, and it's something we were thinking about doing, and you guys can let us know if this is something you'd want us to do as a video. So back in 2019, Costco did a big thing. They made the news. They were selling a 27-pound tub of Prepper mac and cheese that lasts for 20 years, right? It's 27-pound tub, lasts for 20 years. And in 2019, because that was the article, it was $90. So in 2019, for $90, you get a 27-pound tub of mac and cheese. Right now, that same tub sells for $169. So nearly double the cost of that 27-pound tub since 2019 in the last 5 years. It's almost doubled, which is surprising. Now, the other side of that is, what does it actually cost? Like, maybe you don't want to spend $169 on a 27-pound bucket of mac and cheese. This is 7.25 ounces, so I did the math. 27 pounds times 16 ounces divided by 7.25. That's $35. So you're actually only getting $35 worth of mac and cheese for $169. I don't know. I mean, I think the noodles are noodles. You know, maybe they're using better noodles or different noodles or whatever noodles. Noodles are not very expensive. It could be the cheese packet that gives it that 20-year shelf life. Not really sure on that. You can get the freeze-dried cheese. Maybe it's better cheese. It's a big price difference. $35 to do it at home yourself versus $169 to buy the bucket. So I thought about doing a video just to see how many packages of mac and cheese would fit in a bucket, but knowing that there's already a bucket out there. Now that's a 6-gallon bucket, weighs 27 pounds. So we might do that. We might do a 5-gallon bucket, but it's about $30, $30 to $40 to do it yourself if you want to jam 20 pounds of mac and cheese in a bucket. That's a ton of food, ton of shelf life. As I said, not nutritionally, I'm not saying it's health food. It is high carbs, it is high wheat, but at least it's low fat, zero cholesterol, and the sodium isn't as bad as a lot of other options. So hope that helps out. Get your yummy mac and cheese. Kids love it. It was a big part of my childhood. I always loved the mac and cheese. And between the two, you're paying for the flavor, right? Nutritional information. I think this has less of the stuff you don't want, like the fat and the cholesterol. This probably tastes better, right? So you're going on flavor, and maybe that matters, maybe that doesn't matter. So hope that helps out. As always, thank you for watching, and we appreciate you.